Control flow statements are basically used to control the flow of statements execution. So whenever we write a set of statements, if at all we want to control the way the statements need to execute, we basically take the help of control flow statements. Otherwise, whatever set of statements are written, they will be executed in the same sequence how they are available in the program. Now, control flow statements are divided into three categories. First one is like your conditional statements. Within that, we have if statement, if elif statement, if elif else statement, and also we have some nested if statement. And the second category of control flow statement is nothing but your iterative statements, in which we will be looking into two types of loops or iteration, that is while loop and for loop. And we have transfer statements which are mostly utilized to transfer the control from one part to another part, and they are like break, continue and pass. One of the key component that we need to look after is your indentation in terms of your control flow statements. Indentation basically nothing but a set of white spaces at the beginning of the line, which is used to define the scope of the code. Usually, when we write other programming language, we normally take the help of the curly braces. I mean, beginning of a block, let's say we are starting from a block here and we are somewhere ending that block. So this is where you keep all your instructions. But in case of a Python, we do not have this curly braces which can represent a block. So let us see here, we have written, let's say marks equal to 100. Here I'm writing some if marks greater than 60. So there is a space here. This space is nothing but I say a indentation. And this is something which comes automatically whenever you write this marks greater than 60 followed by a colon. The moment you press enter here, automatically this tab space is created, unless until you make use of the backspace to bring it to the beginning. So this is a correct version of writing a program where indentation is compulsory. Now if the same line I will be writing without an indentation, you can see here I'm not putting an indentation over here. So this is going to give me an error. So this is an incorrect version because there is an error with the indentation. So indentation plays a crucial role because they will define to which block they belong to. So going ahead with the conditional statement, like we have already mentioned, there are four categories of conditional statements, and mostly the conditional statements are also known as your selection statements. The reason is, among the list of instructions available, we are going to select some of them and we are automatically not selecting the other set of statements for execution. Now, which one will be selected for execution and which one will not be selected, that depends on the condition that we have set. Hence, these statements are mostly called your conditional statements. So, in conditional statements, we have the following categories like if statement, we have if else statement, we have if elif else statement, and we have nested if statement. So let's start with the first category of conditional statement, that is your if statement. Now what is the syntax of this if statement is? Now we write if, this is a keyword actually, and followed by a condition. And we know always the condition is going to produce a Boolean result, that is true or false. Now these are the statements or statements I can say. They will execute only when this condition has evaluated to true. Now this is a format where, assuming that I have only one statement, I can write this statement in the next line, or if you want to put it multiple lines, suppose we have multiple lines to be part of this, then we can write them one after another. You can see for all these statements 1 and 2, the indentation is same. So when the indentation levels are same, which is assumed that both these statements are actually belongs to this particular block. So in case of normal programming language, we generally start with a curly brace here, if condition, then we close the curly brace after your statement 2. But as we do not have the concept of blocks here, we usually give the indentation just to specify or mention that yes, these are the statements which belongs to this particular if block. Now again, these two statements will be executed when the condition is true. Now, if your if condition has only one statement, you are allowed to write this statement in the same line. Like I can write if condition colon and simply write the statement in the same line. This does not hold good if at all you are going for multiple statements to be part of a block. So let's see one example here. Assume you have been asked the user to input a name and you are storing that value inside the name. And here I'm checking if at all the name that I have entered here does match with Anil, then I will get this message that is, hello Anil, how are you? After this statement gets executed, we will get this message, have a good day. But you can see here the indentation is not set for both the print, rather only one print statement has been set with the indentation, which means this is the only statement which will execute only when this condition is true. So this last statement, that is print have a good day, has nothing to do with this condition. I mean, this condition will always execute irrespective of whether this condition is true or false. But what about this particular line? Because this is a part of this if block, hence execution of this line completely dependent on the condition. So if I am going to supply the name as ANIL, that is Anil, then only this condition becomes true, as a result of which we will get this hello Anil, how are you? Now see here, in this output, we have given the Anil as the input. So because this name is given Anil and we are comparing with Anil, both are matching, hence the resultant is true. Condition has given a true value. Because it is true, hence we are able to get this hello Anil, how are you? And of course, like I said, this have a good day is not going to be verified with the condition. It will be executing at any point of time. Now, in case I have given a different name, which is not Anil, suppose here I am giving say Sunil. So now when I check, name is holding Sunil and we have Anil here. So Sunil equal to Anil does not match. As a result of which, this print statement is not going to execute. But anyway, have a good day will definitely be the output. Let's see here, like we don't have that message, hello Anil, how are you? Because the name is not Anil. So, but we are getting this have a good day because this has been never been part of the if block. Now looking to this example, the same example that we have shown just now, like we are inputting a name. If at all the name has been set to Anil, then we get this message, hello Anil, good morning. Otherwise, we will not get this. But anyhow, this have a good day will always execute because this is never been part of this if block. Now when I run this, when I'm asked the name, let's say I'm giving Anil. So I'm getting hello Anil, good morning because the condition is satisfied. And as well as the last line I'm getting, that is your have a good day. Now, if I'm going to supply some different name, let's say I'm going for Sunil. So I'm not getting this hello Anil, good morning, which I was getting earlier when I supplied Anil. Because now I'm supplying Sunil, which does not match with the condition that we have given. Hence, we are not getting this message. But anyhow, have a good day. This is what we are getting at the end. So the next conditional statement is our if-else statement. Now the problem with your if statement was, if the condition is becoming false, we have no other statement which will be executed. Now, in case of your if-else statement, it is one type of conditional statement which will help the decision making based on a specific condition. Now, see the syntax here. We have given if followed by a condition, if followed by a condition, and if this condition evaluates true, if the condition is evaluating true, then this block 1 will execute. In case the condition is false, then it is going to execute our block 2. So, if condition is satisfied, block 1, which may contain one statement or multiple statement, it will be executed. If the condition is becoming false, then automatically it reaches the else block, where whatever statements are written after this else, they will be executed. Now look into this program once again, the revised one, where we are trying to accept a name for for this variable name. And then I'm checking if name is equal to Anil, then I'm writing, hello Anil, how are you? If I'm going to give the value of this name something apart from Anil, then this condition will fail. So the control will automatically reach the else part, where I'm printing, hello guest, how are you? Now, see here, when I'm supplying Anil here, because the condition is matching, hence I'm getting the message like, hello Anil, how are you? If I'm going to supply some different name apart from Anil, let's say I'm giving Sunil here, so it is going to give me hello guest, because the control has reached the else part, where I'm going to get hello guest, how are you? So let's see one more example. Say we have been asked to input two numbers, and out of these two numbers I need to find out which one is larger. So here with these two lines, we could read the values for num1 and num2. Okay. And once I have read the values of num1, num2, we are writing if else. Now the condition that we have given is if num1 greater than num2, then I am printing num1 is larger. Otherwise, it has to print num2 is larger. For example, let's say we have given 10 as the num1 value and 5 as the num2 value. So this condition num1 greater than num2, that is 10 greater than 5, has been produced true value. Because the condition is true, hence this block will execute, which is printing num1 is larger. What is the value of num1? 10. So 10 is larger. If I'm going to execute the program once again with these two set of values, where num1 is holding 7 and num2 is holding 15. So this condition now 7 greater than 15 is becoming false. Because it is false, so the control will directly jump to the else part, where we have written a message that is print num2. What is num2 here? 15. So 15 is larger. Let's imagine we have been asked to read a number, and we are asked to test whether the number is even or odd. Now we have read the number here, and then as we know, the condition for testing an even number is if at all the number is divisible by 2, then I can say that is an even number. So my condition is what? Num percentile 2. So if at all I divide the num by 2, if the remainder whatever I get, is it matching with 0, then it has to be displayed as even number. In case the remainder after division with 2 is not 0, then the else part is to execute, where I am going to get the odd number as a message. Now when we run this, let's say I'm giving 12. So 12 is an even number. Like so 12 percentile 2 equal to 0. So hence 0 equal to 0 is matching. Hence we are getting the result as even number. Now if I run this program again, and we are going to supply say 9. So now we are getting the message like odd number, because 9 percentile 2 has produced 1. So 1 equal to 0 is false. Hence the output is odd number.